The last unit was pretty low. Bravo K2. So you know if anybody went to BMC to get the victim information? Try the number. Alright, you can just take us off there, Adam Roberts. What's up?
Bravo 661.
661.
So crime scene investigation arrived on Dale and Walnut to take pictures. It's just a cruiser versus a car. It's pretty typical accidents that happen in the city of Boston. Especially in the morning. There's always accidents in the morning. So anything after 1 o'clock, even after 12, you should be very careful because there's a lot of, distracted driving out there. I can't tell you how many near accidents I almost got myself into because of people just not paying attention. It's just like you got to try to take the upper hand. Like, you can't avoid them all. Eventually you're going to end up getting in one yourself, but just do the best you can because it's tough. So both officers in the wagon went to Brigham and Women's Hospital. The passenger of the red Honda, which you can't see, which is on the other side of that wagon, I believe went to Boston Medical.
Charlie 435.
This is a much dangerous intersection here. This is Walnut and
Oh, I
Deal.
got another car. 138 West Selden. Neighbor calling saying there's a teenager pounded on the front door. His family won't let him in.
So they're going to be conducting pictures and for the most part, crime scene is going to take a lot of pictures. The auto investigator is going to do all the marking and, try to figure out projection and all that kind of stuff and rate of speed and angles. So he's going to do all that stuff. But for the most part, crime scene is going to take all the photos and detail as much as they can. But the auto investigator will do the actual crash part of it.
Bravo Technical 55, take me off code 23 FBI, please.
I think there is a camera at this intersection. If you turn to the right, just above that pole that I was just at, I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's a camera that's right there. So for the most part, that camera should have pretty much what took place. So what he does is he's going to take some distant photos and he's going to take some close-up photos. So you get a big picture and then a bunch of smaller pictures of the big picture at different angles. So you kind of get almost a three-dimensional type picture. You probably take like pictures from several different angles. He'd probably even come this way too and take pictures from this angle. Well, he should anyway. Like, theoretically, you should get pictures of all four sides of all the vehicles. If you can get an aerial view, that's even better. But sometimes that's not possible. She said, "You think that's a coyote?" It probably was a coyote. They don't know this area is infested with coyotes. If you go over the 2 streets over to your right, you'll find a lot of coyotes coming out of that park over there in on Valentine Street as well in Marcella. There's a bunch of coyotes in the neighborhood. You just gotta catch them. I've seen quite a few of them myself. I haven't got them on camera, but eventually I'll put them on camera.
No answer on callback, sir.
So they're gonna be taking a lot of photos today. This is probably the week they took the most photos between all the crime scenes they've been going to and accidents. Slay's Bar and Grill. I don't know all the details, but I know there was multiple shots fired. They say several people were injured. Not too sure of the injuries, but that was a pretty, just based on what I heard it was pretty bad over there.
661, no answer again.
I have that. I guess we'll wait till she calls back.
So that.
So 101.
101.
Ma'am, you can clear 73 Brookline Ave and 650 Columbus Ave within our work there.
All right, guys, that's what we have so far. We're still waiting for the auto investigator. He has been notified. He is on his way, so he should be here. Should be here shortly.
Bye-bye. Ma'am, trauma services is done cleaning up here. Crime scene tapes down, and I'll head back to the barn. I'll admit report, please.
So they're clearing the scene over there on Quincy and Ceylon area. There's shots fired. Like people were struck. And you can't get to all of them. Yeah, you could if you wanted to, but you just gotta pick the ones you're going to. This is not the first time this fence been damaged. This fence been damaged a few times.
Charlie, go to 138 West Selden. Do we get a call back so we can see if the parent will step outside?
It was a third-party caller from the neighbor. The teen asked her to call 911.
Not too sure how far he was expecting to drive up to. You really can't be that crazy. You drove this whole length of the stretch and didn't realize there was cruisers down there. There's no way you can do that and not figure that out. He literally came that whole stretch, passed by like 3 other cruisers, or at least 2 other cruisers that came all the way up and realized he couldn't get through.
Bravo
I think
661, did you get a description by
at
any
the
chance?
end down there, I would have realized that I can't get through.
Junior Perez.
That's the other thing. A lot of drivers,
1708,
their vision is
5'5",
not the
Hispanic
greatest.
male.
And once again, the street lighting doesn't really help as much as it should. So, but those lights are visible from a distance. Like, you could probably see those flashing lights
I'll circle around to see if I find anything.
at least 100 yards away,
If he
minimum.
calls back, I'll let you know.
Yeah, you can see those lights at least 100 yards away, minimum. So there'd be no need to come that close to realize you can't get through, unless you're not paying attention. I'm gonna try to move to the other side so I'm not in their shot, because I'm gonna be in their crossfire once they make the shot. So I'm gonna move to the side so I'm out of their way. It's kind of switch positions. I'm taking a lot of pictures, and they always say take as many pictures as possible because you can always delete them, but you can't create them. So take as much as you have to. Then if there's ones you don't need, you can always throw them in the archives as junk pictures or whatever. But for the most part, take as many as often as possible. There's no such thing as too much, but there's a such thing as not enough.
Go ahead.
So Mascoma, like, I don't know what happened on Mascoma. Apparently people were struck with bullets on Mascoma Street. And I think this is when he was responding to Mascoma Street when that took place. They all happened at the same time. Mascoma, Quincy, Ceylon Street area. I think that's all in the same area. I could be wrong, but I think that's all in the same area. So the tow trucks are waiting on the other side over there, but they're over. Tow trucks are standing by over there. You guys can see, we can see the flashing lights. And it's gonna be a little while before they can tow those vehicles out of there. They still gotta conduct their investigation.
Go ahead.
Sir, can you show me en route to BMC?
I'm not gonna say any names, but I think somebody has a pretty good aerial view of the accident from above.
Delta 103.
Fancy.
The person passed out in the back section over 110 Huntington Ave.
She's asking who has the access to the camera on the property. More likely the property owner. So you're gonna take a picture of the camera. I guess that's the camera up there. I don't know if you guys can see it above the door. There's a looks like a camera right there. Probably one of those ring cameras.
Charlie 113, you show us back on District. Sir, if you want, you can send down 53 Moore Street. We'll take care of it.
Thank you, guys.
And she's asking the next door neighbor because she wants the camera on that edge over there. I think that brick camera right there will probably show you everything you need to see. That, I believe that's pointing at the intersection right there.
Thank you, sir.
Back this up a little bit so you can see a wider image of what's happening. So they're taking photos. You're gonna take as much photos as you can because once the scene is cleared, you can't go back and recreate what happened. So you got to take as much pictures
103,
as
ma'am. Can you
possible.
go again with that address, please?
It's 110 Huntington Ave. You have it.
I don't know if I'm going to be in his way or not. I might have to back up too, depending on if I move or not. He probably won't even see me.
Police 421.
21.
We had a courtesy transport, one 16-year-old male from this location to unknown address in Hyde Park. Starting miles will be 38646.
412.
Like I said, I'm not too sure how this happened. It's kind of hard to even say which way the vehicles were traveling. I'm assuming the wagon was coming straight down Walnut, going towards Warren. I could be wrong.
Four 411.
Wait.
411.
Shut the lights off that cruiser, get better pictures.
So it's the 411.
411.
Prepare for loud music. 1209 Boylston, 3rd or 4th floor.
So he's gonna get every single angle possible.
We have it.
And, they have to file them. I'm gonna go on the other side, get all the angles, as much angles as possible.
Delta 425, stay with it on. Delta 499, Charlie Road.
Like I said, these detectives are going to be here for quite some time. As far as I know, the auto investigator did not even show up yet. Or if he did, he didn't do his markings and stuff like that. So it's going to be quite a while. So this maybe take till early in the morning. It's like 4 something in the morning now. So it's 4:19 in the morning. This may be dragged to like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, based on,
Bravo, Charlie, 2 to operations.
all the stuff they have to do.
Go ahead, sir. Sir, could you take me off down on Dale Street, please?
Well, he just arrived.
I am up.
So the auto investigator just arrived over here now.
Bravo, 458. 58. 49 Hallworthy, 12-4. Thank you, sir.
This. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty dragged out scene. At least for another hour anyway. So when the buses start running in the next, well, it's a Sunday, so it shouldn't be too bad. We'll see. Boston police walking somebody to their house. Guess he lives on the street, just walking down the road.
202 transport and 1 back to C6, starting mileage 38351. 422.
They're just taking pictures of the front grille of the wagon.
for 458. 10 Woodcliff, 12-4.
Looked like that was auto service and tire, so
Charlie 421.
they left to go into another call because they know this is gonna be a long, dragged out
Ending miles
scene.
is going to be 38649. Ending address is 36 Seymour Street. Juvenile's been turned over to his grandmother.
The time is 4:26.
Surprised you don't see no early morning cars trying to like race right through this intersection, because any given point you see a car like racing through this intersection early in the morning. And the city's got to do a lot more better to secure the intersections. Like there's a few things you can do to make the intersections a little bit more safer. There's quite a few things you can do. You know, he's taking pictures of the on the other side of that wagon is a red Honda that's kind of facing outward on the property. It's in my other video. You might see it in this video too. But it's a red Honda that's kind of spun around and facing outward. This is
Bravo 458, been sent down
right here in Roxbury.
Pilot. Charlie 22. 22. So, and then miles is 38352. 428.
Delta 103.
That's right.
Ma'am, you can clear that 62 Brookline Ave with an R.
I said, I'm not too sure of which angle these vehicles were heading or facing.
Dispatcher extension.
Assuming that the
Try 5463 again.
only way that wagon can be facing that direction is he would have to be crossing Dale from Walnut going towards Warren in that direction. And then again, who knows? There's another car that has to come all the way down the road just to verify that they can't make it through. At least that guy's smart enough to stop down there and figure out he can't make it through. If you see a cruiser in the middle of the road, you have to see that cruiser from further down. You only can assume that you can't make it through. What's this guy doing? What are you doing? This guy's... what in the world is he doing? He has to be high on something. You think he's high on something? Something's wrong with that guy. He's literally going to squeeze right through there. I swear that you can't make this stuff up, guys. You cannot make this up. He seen the other car turning around, and he thought that he can. Wow, that stuff stays on YouTube. It don't go down. There's a reason for that stuff to stay up there. He was literally trying to go between the cruiser and the curve, and this yellow tape that's right there. The officers all started. I should have got an image of the officers walking over. They were like, what the? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Until you actually see it. You have to physically come out and see it to believe it. Even the camera doesn't do it justice as it should. So he's gonna do the widescreen pictures, so he wants everybody to step back. Everybody's gotta step back about a couple of feet. I step back a little bit. I'm not gonna be in their way from here, but I step back as far as I can. So he's doing a wide angle picture. He's gonna get like several different pictures. And that's what I was talking about. Any given time, you see cars zipping through there. And no sooner I said that, you see this guy probably come from a nightclub or something. You know, could be drunk, could be high, who knows. And unfortunately, Boston Police does not enforce drunk driving. And the reason why they don't really enforce it, it's not because they can't. It's because the DA Kevin Hayden and his crew makes it harder for you to prosecute the DUIs. They don't really give the police officers as much support as they need when it comes to prosecuting DUIs. And he knows what I'm talking about. They don't give them the support they need. We'll leave it at that.
Ma'am, traffic stop 17 Melnia Cast Boulevard, Virginia Red, 1 Juliet, November 6. It's the black Nissan Rogue, occupied 1.
15 million gas. Yeah. He's from Julie, November 606. 47.
So they're gonna take pictures again, and then the auto investigator is gonna do his part. So it's a process. It's definitely a process. Because this is a department vehicle, they gotta be more cautious than any other vehicle. If it was a regular vehicle, you just probably take a few pictures, you're on your way. But this one, you gotta double ensure yourself you're doing it the right way. There's another car that seems that he doesn't know how to turn around. Got the image of the people that don't know how to turn around. Like, you see a cruiser here, just turn around. Like, see, you can't make this stuff up, guys. He's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place and not knowing what to do. And a lot of people don't know how to turn around. You'd be surprised at how many people do not know how to make a 3-point turn. Unbelievable. Like, at this point, you shouldn't have to come that far up to realize you can't make it through. You should only have to go a certain distance and realize the cruiser lights are gonna interfere with your shot.
17.
Our dog average, please.
My Dutch is 11:14.
You still can take a picture, but it just throws it off a little bit. And I don't know, like, guys, you tell me, when you're driving on the road, right? I'm trying to give you an image of what the driver sees when he's coming down the road. So you're coming from Washington Street, you're coming down Dale. Now, you see a cruiser. Now, from the distance, you could tell, the cruiser is not moving. It's clearly clear that the cruiser is not moving. So as you approach closer and closer, you still see a cruiser right there. Now, some may argue that he should park it at an angle. Some may argue he should have it facing outward. But then again, he has lights flashing on it. So it's clear that it means caution. So at some point when you get to about, I'll say 100 yards away, you should realize you can't get through there. You should realize that. I'm not saying everybody's going to realize that, but you should. And some actually probably got to get close enough to see the tape before they realize they got to turn around. I don't know. I don't know what's the answer for that. Guys, what do you think? Do you think they should have more tape? You think they should have brighter lights? Should the cruiser be parked at a different angle? Should they put like little barricades up saying road closed? Should they do like the state police does and put arrow boards on the back of their cruiser? Like, what should they do? Like, what do you think is the answer to keep people from rear-ending cruisers and stuff like that? Matter of fact, state police has the arrow boards on the back of their cruisers and they still get rear-ended. So I don't know if the arrow boards are going to really help. Guess you could take a picture with the flashing lights. It depends on the angle that you have. Like, it depends on your lens that you're using too. I'm gonna write the VIN number down of the cruiser. Alright guys, I'm gonna hang around. I'm not gonna run this for the whole time, but I'm gonna try to hang around for the tow, which may take another hour or so. So I'm gonna pause this for a little bit, and then we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Right now, he's just gonna conduct his investigation, and that's gonna, like I said, it's gonna take several hours. So this video is going to be titled "Boston Police Investigation After a Motor Vehicle Accident," and then the other one will be titled "The Towing of the Vehicle." So this, I guess I'll make it two separate videos altogether. They're going to take a lot of pictures, so just bear with them. They have to take a lot of pictures. They gotta, I say, cross your T's and dot your I's. I always say cross your T's. Or I always say it backwards. Cross your I's and dot your T's. Cross your T's and dot your I's. Either way, you gotta do it. If you're crossing your I's and you're crossing your I's, you're dotting your T's, you're dotting your T's. So the auto investigator is gonna start his investigating pretty soon. He's gonna put a lot of spray paint on the ground if he does it the correct way. He's gonna put arrows showing you which way the vehicles were facing. He's gonna like mark where the tires are not in the bumper area would be at, and any key evidence he sees on the ground, he's probably gonna mark that stuff as well. Most important thing, he's trying to take pictures of the signs and street layout. Alright guys, that's what we have so far. We'll hang around for the tow. So right now, just the investigative part of it. Another hour or so, they probably ready to tow these vehicles out of here. By that time, it'd probably be sunlight. So this video now is being done where there's no sunlight at all. It's like 4:30 in the morning, 4:46 in the morning. So it's 4:46 in the morning. Fair to say in another hour from now, sunlight will be coming up, and you get probably a better image of what took place. Alright guys, catch you guys on the next one. One more image before we shut off completely.